Mabrika, welcome to this episode of Let's Talk Taíno. I'm your host, Priscilla Colon, co-founder and creative here at Casarito, where our mission is to promote the Taíno language and culture. So today's episode comes from one of our subscribers who asked the question, what are the colors in Taíno? So we're going to begin by learning the colors and then quickly putting them into phrases so that we can more easily remember them. A trick to learning is to always associate things with things that you already know, and especially if they can create a mental picture, it's going to be easier for you to remember. So that's a trick that we're going to use today. The resource for today's lesson is the Primario Básico del Taíno Boriquenaiki by Javier Hernández. I suggest you get that book so you can follow along with most of the lessons that I'm doing. Now, I have to tell you, looking through the list of colors, you can tell that Javier either borrowed some words from Spanish or was able to create new words based on some of the words we knew survived. So just to give you a little hint. There are other Taíno flavors that may use different words because they're borrowed from other sister languages. So it's okay to learn as many of the colors as you can, either from Javier's book that we're talking about today or from other sister languages. It just means that you're multilingual. So let's start with the colors and other words associated with colors first. O ana, color. O ana nagu, colors. O ana keta, multicolor. Ture o ana keta, rainbow. Notice that rainbow has ture or sky in it. Ita, red. Itayu, pink. Guatoana, orange. Maríyan, yellow. Koturo, green. Gutusu, blue. Morado, purple. Gaona, gold. O anaque, brown. Notice that brown has que, which means soil. So you can tell that o anaque means color of soil. Haiti, black. For black, you may hear other people who speak other Taíno flavors say peiti instead of Haiti. You, white. Haiti you, gray. Notice that you can combine you, white, with other colors to make a lighter version of that color, like Itayu is pink because that's red and white. Haitiyu is gray because that's black and white. So now that we know the colors, I bet you're anxious to pair them up with nouns. But first we have to talk about adjective placement. Where do we put the colors or other adjectives, before a noun or after a noun? So in Taíno, we place the adjective after the noun. So let's go over these examples. Yamui Haiti, black cat. Ana yu, white flower. Ture gutusu, blue sky. Gue gaona, gold sun. Ke o anaque, brown soil. Now, there's a reason I've paired up these words. When you learn as a child your native language, you actually don't learn a list of colors. What you start doing is you start associating color with something that you see. So there are little kids all over the world who say yellow bus. They learn it as a phrase together with a noun. So what I want to do is teach you how to create pictures in your mind with the colors and something that is obviously that color. So that's what we're going to be practicing today. So in a previous lesson, we learned the verb era, to see, and dak era, I see, and we used that phrase to play a little I Spy game. So let's do the same today. We're going to do a little I Spy game, look at the pictures, and then say what we see using a phrase with the object or noun we see and the color. So let's take a look at this picture. I can say, Dakera hek yamui Haiti. I see a black cat. Dakera hek ana yu. I see a white flower. Dakera ture gutusu. I see the blue sky. Dakera gue kaona. I see the gold sun. Dakera ke oanake. I see brown soil. You see how cool that was? So we put together quite a few lessons there. We have the verb era, we have the colors, we have a bunch of the nouns we've learned previously, and even the indefinite article hek, which means a, an, or one. Don't worry if you missed some of these. I will have the full list of videos that you should have seen before this one so you can follow along. In the meantime, why don't we just go over the full list of words that we learned today? Oana, color. Oana nagu, colors. Oana keta, multicolor. Ture oana keta, rainbow. Heiti, black. Yamui heiti, black cat. You, white. Ana you, white flower. Heiti you, gray. Ita, red. Itayu, pink. Guatoana, orange. Maríyan, yellow. Kaona, gold. Gue kaona, gold sun. Koturo, green. Gutusu, blue. Ture gutusu, blue sky. Morado, purple. Oanake, brown. Ke oanake, brown soil. So today you have a little homework, something you've got to do to put this into practice. Play a little I Spy with yourself, whether you're on a run, maybe on a nature walk, even while you're on social media or at the grocery store, while on a drive, whatever it is that you're doing. All you have to do is point to that object and say the color. You don't even need to know what the object is in Taíno. Just practice the colors, and the more you do that, the more you think in Taíno, the more fluent you will be. So that's it for today's lesson. I can't thank you enough for subscribing, for putting in your topic ideas. The video for this lesson and the previous one, and I believe that even the previous one, all came from your ideas. So if you have any new topic ideas, please put them in the comments. I would be happy to create a video for you because I'm learning at the same time that you are. Remember to check out our kids books. They're a great way to teach kids Taíno words and phrases, and that's how we're gonna get the new generation to speak Taíno too. Just in case you haven't heard before, we have these videos at Let's Talk Taíno en Español, in Spanish, so please let your neighbors, your friends know that they are now available. In the meantime, Tay Karaya Guaitiao Nagu.